me out there, I would be dying right now. I would be so tired. But I love the pressure and the hustle that these teams are giving as Slip now has ball on the left side, and now they cleared ball downfield to the left side, and they're both pressuring the ball, trying to get possession of that ball as Pinata now is ball on right side as they got the read up to Riptide. He gets close to goal and almost gets a shot off, but amazing defense by Slip as he hits that ball out of his hands. That fumble.
Plunge now, sensing blood in the water, trying to send it to Slip, but Pinata, great defense as well, able to cut off the great passing play. Nugs from the top. Valiant's trying to achieve victory, but they cannot. Another mishandling the ball there will be sent the opposite way. Again, these teams, no doubt, huffing and puffing a little bit, thinking in the back of their head, man, where's our break? This has been going on for how long now? And we have so many of these 3, 4, 5 minute even overtimes across our streams that this is just a common occurrence at this point, it seems like, especially at this high level. Riptide there just being stopped completely with a tackle as well, getting it right back, sending it up high, and we will continue in OT. Another possession change, but another one yet. Pinata, this could be the game winner. Pinata, the pass, the finish. Oh no! Oh, it's not done yet. Here we go.
That is what I'm talking about. The goalie pressure is intense when it comes to these high-level games. This is just amazing that these teams are just not letting the opponent score. Wow, amazing defense. Gotta say, gotta love it. These teams are loving this overtime moment. The Secret cannot let the Valiant score or they will take the win, as Secret now takes ball downfield towards middle, passes down the right side to Pine. Looks like I can't really see. Looks like Pinata passes behind him as Riptide now is ball on right side, trying to go towards middle on Nest. He goes for a shot, to a pass, to a shot again. An amazing goal moves.
I was still in awe. I couldn't even breathe from the last goal practically, and then another one. How do you even save that? Unbelievable here as it goes again, outside the goal, inside the goal, and we're done. Wow.
Wow, a Secret took that win. That is amazing.
I can't believe these rounds, man.
Yeah, that is amazing. They was fighting forever.
Wow.
I'm baffled.
Aiden, you're baffled. What? How about these matches, man? Again, that was another one that may just be a record overtime or near. That was a long one.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Wow. What an amazing round. I have no words, Falador.
Oh, man, Well, I am also at a loss, but what an unbelievable match in overtime that has been. We see again the hype from the YouTube chat as well. We had Martini with a super chat earlier on, I think towards the beginning of the round it was. But unbelievable. Now I just got to ask, because basically we are going into round 4 now, but effectively they've played like 5 rounds worth of gameplay at this point. So where is the momentum? Will it be Secret? They're trying to score there. A narrow miss. I'm again in shock here. Velocity, we are going to at least another round as we get underway.
Yeah, like I said, Secret, it is not over as it's 2 wins to Valiance and 1 win to Secret, as they could continue this battle to take on the first round win, as JNU passes ball downfield to his teammate Slip, as Slip passes it back as they bring ball downfield on right side. Just gotta love the defense. They're on the red side. Wow, they're just pressuring that ball as they get a pass to the blue teammate in middle, and Riptide gets the interception, just fighting for that ball.
Absolutely, and Valiance, they had such a strong start to this series, won those first 2 rounds, so we already have seen what they can do. They held Secret to only 1 point across those first 10 minutes of play, so we already seen what they can do on that end. But just like I had questioned where the momentum was earlier, same here. Can Valiance, wow, nice save on a rather soft shot, can Valiance recapture that light that they were shining so bright earlier on? And get their game back together a little bit here, because Secrets I believe, are starting to pick up some momentum. We can see more confidence in their movements and their attacks here at the goal.
Yeah, wow. I just love watching these 2 teams fight, as Red now punches the ball. Riptide tries to get the ball, but he loses a little bit there, and he gets back control on the ball as JNU punches. Very good defense there on the blue side. Wow. I just love watching these two teams as that overtime happened last game. That was insane. I lost my breath there. But now we know what these teams can do. And as Plunge passes the ball back to Janu, and Red gets the fumble and clears the ball downfield.
Will be Nugs there with the ball now. Shout out Martini as well. $10 there on the hype win from Secret last round. That long overtime. Appreciate that from Martini, of course, one of our amazing casters here in VRML across multiple games as well. So nice to see Martini there in the chat. They're enjoying this one. Slip now, trying to find an angle. Really clever moves. A great pass to Plunge, but Plunge being taken over by Riptide. A great dive out of the goal. Risky, but it did pay off as Slip now has another attempt at it, but met by Riptide. Again, some good defense.
Yeah, very good defense there for Riptide as Plunge now passes ball towards the middle. He loses control of the ball as Riptide clears the ball downfield. Very good defense towards Riptide as Janu passes ball to left side. Looks like Pinata tries to pass the ball downfield, but he loses possession of the ball as Red, they were just fighting for the ball here. You don't even know who has the ball at this point. It's just amazing how both teams are just trying to take control and get that ball in that goal. As he slip passes the left side, Plunge just barely misses that ball, trying to get that ball in that net. Very deep in the game. No scores yet, but it's very possible that they might get a late goal.
Yeah, no, exactly to your point. I was about to say this match is really looking like the, I believe round 2 it was, where we were scoreless for the first few minutes, and then Valiant suddenly caught fire and scored 4 by the end of that match. Will the history repeat itself here? We'll see, but we're only a minute and a half away from that buzzer, and I'm not sure. I know from the spectators then, we want to see an overtime. I'm not sure if these players do after the long, brutal one that they just experienced moments ago, but we're heading towards that direction at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they've played 4 rounds, feels like 6 rounds, but it's just amazing. I would be so tired in this moment, but they're just still fighting with all they have, all the energy they have. They're just still fighting. What do you love most in this round 4 as it's late and no goals yet?
Well, I love that save. I think my Plunge it was, but all the goalkeepers, 3 of them getting in the way there. So rallying back to the goal for the defense. Valiant's trying to get some offense going after their excellent defensive stand, but Innovator is there to collect it, has a lot of time to spare. That's a deep fling, a dangerous one, because great man coverage from Nugs, doing some work on the defensive end to Slip. Slip to Plunge, but dive by our Extual. And we've seen that a few times. These goalkeepers willing to dive out of that goal to meet those passes before the shot attempt is even able to go to the completion. So nice awareness and really quick decision-making from the defense.
Yeah, I mean, very quick decision-making for the defense as it's still late in the game. 16 seconds left. Still no goal as Plunge still has a chance to get that ball in that goal, and he loses ball. It looks like Red now bringing ball through sewers as Plunge passes back towards their side as Janu passes to left side, trying to get a good pass to a teammate to get that ball in that net as he barely jumps over the ball. And now looks like Valiant is under pressure here as they are in overtime again. Wow.
This is unbelievable. So yeah, we are in overtime again. Aiden, don't know if you're on standby and still speechless, but I figured I'd check in with you because what's going on here?
I don't know. Oh my god! It's almost like... There's, like, no words for how insane this is. That first round, you know, it was kind of taken away. The second round, no scores. Valiant scored 4 in a row. Third round, we go into, like, a 10-minute match with 1-to-1 scores. Whoever scores gets it. But now, here we are. 5-minute overtime, no scores at all. It's insane to me, Palador.
Yeah, Velocity, I'm loving it just as well. Again, I was saying earlier, I don't think these teams maybe wanted to see this overtime, just knowing what that means on the endurance level. But man, are they going at it on the opening match of our stream? What a nice way to start things off here on the cast.
Yes, I mean, if Valiant scores, it's over, and they take the win 3-1. But if Secret scores, they're going to tie it up 2-2. Would we love seeing a 5-round 2v2 to get that goal and win the round? As Slip gets the shot and wins. Wow.
It's why we love this.
Oh my goodness. Valiance after a hard-fought, and I mean a hard-fought game across those 4 rounds. Again, a solid, just the last couple rounds alone, a solid 15 minutes plus of gameplay, I think, with those overtimes. Insanity. Aiden, how about that match?
That match was absolutely insane, you guys. I think both teams deserve a round of applause, just in general, for what an amazing first match. Valiance and Secrets. We've seen them both plenty of times throughout this tournament, and they never cease to amaze me. Each time they're cast through, or just playing in general. Martini in chat, that was a valiant effort. Indeed it was. But, yeah, these teams have proven time and time again that they're absolutely insane.
Yeah, like Aiden said, that both teams play very well as Secret stopped Valiant from scoring early in overtime. Just amazing hustle on both sides of the team. Oh, it is.
Well, we will have to get a word from our mods there. I believe it was best of, but maybe we're doing best of 7. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe these players just, I think just maybe for fun while we have a little off time for our next match. I think. Maybe we can get confirmation there otherwise, but
I'll double check with Nolan.
All right. That sounds like a good idea. So, ladies and gentlemen,
why should you buy a certified vehicle from Orem Toyota?
Certified vehicles have passed Toyota's highly rigid multi-point quality and safety
Best of 7s.
oh my goodness! So we lost all we lost our minds for nothing. Well, not for nothing, but in the sense that it's not even over yet. Well, our apologies, streams. That's on us. That said, good news for you. You get some bonus extra credit gameplay. So why not round 5 and maybe another 10-minute overtime after this? Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, wow. That was so unexpected, but now we're in this 5th round as both teams still have a chance to take the win.
All right, well, we'll see indeed. So far, I do believe still scoreless as Nugs now. Again, we're seeing a lot of these opening minutes be pretty consistent throughout these rounds, actually, where we're not getting, with the exception of maybe one round, we've gotten a lot of these multi-minute stalemates at the beginning. I see the YouTube chat there enjoying that as the score goes in, enjoying our misery a little bit there, and but indeed we still have more rounds to go. So hey, the first score from Valiant, though, Aiden, how about it?
Guys, we're only 2 minutes in and got a goal. Good job, Valiant. Secret. I have to say, the defense, as stated many times throughout every cast, I think, this past month, defense isn't going to last forever, right? There's always going to be cracks. And once that offense kind of finds those cracks, it's easy to exploit. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
I 100% agree.
Heads up, drifters. We're detecting
All right, Velocity, take this one away. We are, again, at least got a score on the board now. So, as of right now, not at a threat of an overtime, but that could change at a moment's notice.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes and 20 minutes. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in, and Valiant has got their second goal. Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Another nice, quick goal from Valiant. This is kind of like round 2.
Driftball frenzy restarts.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It is much like round 2. As Valiant has got 2 early goals. It looks like Rip has ball on right side. He has a chance to get a goal. Amazing goal there as he got to the middle and it had that little left hand over the side shot. Wow.
My bad, I cursed it.
Play
Sorry,
kicks
guys.
off.
But what a goal. Secret.
I'm okay with that, Aiden. I'm okay with that because we're getting into the crunch time now, less than 2 minutes here. So yeah, Secret doing what they need to do.
Yeah, Secret still has a chance here. I mean, as we're going best of 7, Secret could still come back. That would be an amazing thing that we've seen that you don't see a lot if Secret came back here. As Valiant is now Secret is now cleared ball downfield. It looks like Valiant is chasing that ball, trying to get possession of it to stop Secret from scoring another point.
Let's see now, about a minute and a half, a little less, in fact, remaining. Another score here as Valiant's going offense could be highly damaging. Plunge has been great there, sending it to Nugs. Innovator, though, has been very, very on point with the offense, or the defense, rather, meeting those passes and getting those tackles in. So nonetheless, they will try and translate it to some offense as Slip will carry it away. Steal there on RX Troll. Right down the midfield it goes, and Nugs is going to be met by a handful of defenders, so kind of a dangerous area to pass it to, but somehow Nugs corrals it, sends it over. Plunge trying for a bounce pass to himself, I believe, as Archtool will sweep it away on a steal and just evade Janu here, or at least attempt to, on the midline.
Yeah, this is an amazing round so far. Just a 1-point lead there for Valiance, but Secret still has a chance as we are 35 seconds still in this round. Slip brings ball downfield, open goal, amazing long shot from left bridge for Slip. Gotta congrats Slips for that amazing hustle and having velocity and momentum to get that ball down the field.
Yeah, there we go. Another nice goal from Valiance there. And Palador, honestly, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think this whole tournament is going to... Oh, okay.
Sorry, the game is over now. What were you saying, Aiden?
I think this tournament is going to end up being a tournament of endurance. These 7 rounds are going to be brutal on the players' stamina in general. You know, we've seen it in Echo Arena back when we did best of 5s. Those are a little longer, but these teams start to get tired after a while, especially in a big bracket like this.
Yeah. Well, I think the difference here, big difference here as well in Oriondrift, in comparison, Oriondrift, you don't really get breaks. Between the rounds, there's not really a long break, but especially between plays, right? Now, granted, teams do have the option to hold the ball back below the midline, or behind the midline rather, but we actually don't see that a whole lot. So for the most part, it really is just back and forth pace without a lot of stoppage, a lot of resets, a lot of, okay, let's just stop and breathe and think about what we're gonna do next. You don't really see that a lot in Oriondrift. You really just have to act, snappily, fast, one by one, on every single action. No thought, all instinct, really.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta congrats Valiance for that 4-1 league there. Secret could have stepped it up a little bit, but it's okay. They still have a lot of chances as the future comes in VRML with Oriondrift.
Absolutely, and well, with that, again, a 5-round finish. I can confirm. Wait, I'm hearing from my producers. Best of 9. No, just kidding. So that will be the end of that one, for sure. And sorry, credit to Juice for I stole your joke. But anyways, that will be it for that match. And because that went so long, I can only expect our pause between now and the next match might not be all too long. Caster's curse aside, I don't know. But that said, we will take a quick break. We're going to find out what the brackets are looking like on the other matches and what our next one will be. So don't go too far, unless it's, of course, to other VRML channels. I think Martini had to peace out for a Breachers cast. But otherwise, stay right here, and we'll be back with the next match soon.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Excellent.
right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the VRML Ignition Cup here, our finals weekend, and we are moving along here on the brackets. Got some great matchups here about to start, of course, between Sunshine and Tax. But first, want to give another shout out to VRML Con and hand it off to Nightfire here to tell you once again a little more about what's about to happen here.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying the action this afternoon. My name is Nightfire, and for those that want to know what the Phoenix Invitational is, it is a big tournament that's happening online that'll lead into VRML Con. How do you register for this tournament, and how do you get to be one of the 16 teams that's playing on multiple stages at VRML Con at Phoenix for what is going to be a $5,000 prize pool? First, you got to create your team, and you do not need a VRML team to do this. You can make a fresh team. All you need is that all 5 players have tickets to the convention. Because at the end of the day, you must source your own travel to Phoenix to be able to play at the convention. Of course, the ticket will get you entry in to the con and chance for $5,000 for HyperX prizing. We have giveaways at the convention. We're getting medals for the champions. It's going to be a really cool event. Maybe even our most popular one that we've held yet. But all you have to do again is buy a ticket, sign up, and register to be one of potentially 16 teams playing on stage. Registrations are open right now. All you got to do is go to vrmasterleague.com/VRMLCon. All the details are there. Join the VRMLCon Discord server so you can go to the looking for team server. You can also fill out a form if you are a solo player and you don't have a team to join, and we will put you in a team with other solo players. We'll register you into that tournament that you want to play in with other solo players that are interested. So it's a really cool process that we're kind of deploying to make sure that basically anyone that's coming to the event that wants to play in any of the 5 tournaments that are being hosted can do it pretty easily. And we really do encourage you to register right now. Vale, their qualifier is happening soon, and so again, if you're one of the 4 teams that registers, if there's only 4 teams that register, then we won't even have a qualifier, and you'll just automatically be playing on stage at the Phoenix Invitational for $5,000 for Vale, Breachers, Pavlov, and Oriondrift. So in total, $20,000 to be earned. So you might as well sign up for all 4 tournaments. You might as well be playing in them. It's a great chance to earn some cash, and it's coming up in just a few weeks. So again, it is the Phoenix Invitational, which we have here, a little bit of a graphic up for you there. On it, $5,000 in cash, and the qualifiers is June 27th to the 29th, so you have to register your team before then. So we really do encourage you to buy your tickets and register for the qualifiers so that you can get a chance to play live on stage. It looks like we are ready to dive into our next round, though, as we do have players in lobby. So, Palador, I'll let you take it away and get us ready for our next best of 7.
All right, thank you, Nightfire. Great information there for sure. Can't wait to see all you guys at VRMLCon, either in person or on the streams. Either way, it's going to be a grand old time. But yeah, we're getting ready to start here. Aiden, I mean, I guess let's see. We have still waiting on 2 players. We have a moment, Aiden, because I know you've also been to these VRMLCons, just like I have. But I mean, what's your experience been like at them? It's just such a great time.
Say, I've never had a bad one. At the last con, I kind of bought a 200 pack of cat stickers and stuck them on a bunch of random people without them noticing. Did I get
That's
a bunch
illegal.
of DMs after? Yes. Was it funny as hell at the time? Yes. I've never had a bad LAN experience.
Where else can you do that but LAN? As we see those great highlight clips. And again, you see on those highlight clips from the last VR Melcons, the likes of Sir Dimwee / Dimwat on the casting desk. I'm sure we'll have appearances by him, no doubt, at the con. And see Ender and Strim there winning a couple of years back and showing off those beautiful medals. And now 2 big figureheads, obviously, in the Oriondrift scene in another Axiom. So a lot of recognizable faces. So even regardless of those 20K prize pools spread amongst the games, it's just a great experience there, even without the prize money itself. That's almost a cherry on top, if you can believe it, because of how awesome the social aspect is.
Yeah. Once again, going over the social aspect, you meet all these players that you've played with in games, and it's an absolutely awesome event. You make new friends there too. I can count on my hands how many friends I have made at those lands, but quite a few of them are very close with me now. So, make long-lasting friends, meet new people, meet the friends you've played with. all at one place, doing the things you all enjoy.
Yeah. I think one of the things I've always said for years, for LANs in general in the VR scene, because I've been to many, 15, 16, something like that at this point, and across all those, I've never heard someone going to LAN and then saying afterwards, I really regret going. That was bad. I didn't like it. I regret going to it. I've heard plenty of people though, every single year say, I regret that I didn't go. So if that's not a telltale sign, then
so if you have the ability to go, you really should. Unforgettable experience. Seriously is. And you can meet me and you can meet Palador.
Yeah. But that said, we're just waiting on, I think, one more player. Actually, no, we got all four here. Velocity, again, you'll be here with us also on the between goal analysis, but what are you expecting from these two teams after that craziness we just witnessed in our first matchup on stream with all those overtimes? Are we going to get something similar here with Sunshine and Tax?
I'm looking for very, very good pressure on defense. I'm looking for a lot of extravagant goals, a lot of insane goals. I just gotta love what I've been seeing so far.
All right, so we are about to start this indeed, and also quick request to the chat there. Tax, T-A-X, what's it stand for? Tell me, and don't troll me. You probably will now. Anyways, okay, here we go, Aiden.
Sorry about that. It's picked up now by Flix. Moving it down the line. It's going to be grabbed by Core for just a moment. Passing that back to the Green Pigeon. What a reset as it gets moved forward over into, I believe it's Tax territory.
Indeed, better pay your taxes or else the tax man comes through just like they just did right now. It's Tinu, in fact, evading a few defenders. Going to be a handoff to Flix. Flix right back to Tax. Tinu unable to get it going there as it will be taken over by RTB7, sounding like R2D2's brother there. Oh, brother, a nice passing play, and they recover for a score. Beautiful.
Wow, that was a beautiful, amazing goal early in the round, early in this match. Especially, I've seen very good defense, very good momentum, just getting that ball down that field.
And YouTube, Axe asking, text stands for something? Well, I noticed the periods in between the letters, but then again, I mean, my team once upon a time had a lot of those too. And anyways, I'm just assuming. That said, though, no assumption about it. Green Pigeon does have the ball very casually, working up to Sweet Tooth, who was patiently waiting. I like that patient offense there, Aiden, although it didn't buy them the first goal. But they do have some space to work with, and admittedly, maybe Cassers cursed it because that shot was a little ambitious from Sweet Tooth, a little too far.
I mean, that's one thing that I've seen from Sunshine. Cast them last weekend, too. It's that patience that they have. They go for resets, which a lot of teams don't really do. They take their time, they know where each other are, and they know how to find those shots just like that, as it's almost in. And what a save there, as it gets moved forward now, and King Icy has a hand on it for just a moment. Flicks with the flick over to Yun.
Are you sure it's not Kingsley? my mistake on that. My apologies to the king again. And please allow me to keep my head because I need my head to cast. So that said, off with their head and off ahead is Flix with the ball and ahead on the scoring board. A passing play over to Yen, but Yen is unable to wrangle it initially, as it'll go to the midfield back towards Flix on the overtake. Oh, but loses the dribble to Green Pigeon. Now Pigeon from the top. Gonna send it down, trying to find a teammate. Corpus is there on the way, too far. Sweet Tooth recovers. Sweet Tooth flinging it down over, but a turnover, at least for a moment, to Yen, who's met by Corpus just briefly.
Yeah, as it does fly over to Yen now, moving it down the line, has one pass up in the air, going to Flix. Flix with the shot, and it's in the goal.
Wow, amazing pass there. I love the unselfishness. As I said, both of these teams have made very good plays, but Tax has made awesome passing plays. Gotta love it. The hustle is there, and definitely the momentum.
This is where the patient play that you noted, Aiden, for the Sunshine side will start to bite them in the bum a little bit, because now we're going to the territory of about 2 minutes left. So the time's winding down. They're down by a couple points, and now they can't afford to stick true to that game plan where they're so patient. They need to pick up the pace a little bit now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Palador. Picking up the pace is something you kind of have to adapt to how your opponents play. In Sunshine's case, they need to pick up the pace, but in Tax, they could stay where they are. They could play heavier defense, keep those 2 points, not let them get any more. But, you know, we're going to see what happens as Yun with a quick slap over. It's now picked up by that green pigeon. Back over to Yun. Yun moving it around and has possession still. Core will steal that one, pushing it up in the air. King, Icy, and Pigeon trying